and welcome. Today we're going to be looking at cigar cases or travel humidors, whatever you want to call them. This is what I use. This is probably the cheapest way. So whenever you get a tube from Cigar, I keep the tubes because if I want to take a cigar out with me that isn't got a tube, and say I'm just going for a walk or I'm just going for, just to a friend's and I want to take one cigar, or I want to leave one in the car, these are very good. The seal on them is pretty good, and they'd be okay short term in the car, or just travelling to someone's house or the pub or anything really. So that's what I would say is the cheapest option. Now you've got this option here. Now this is a proper cigar case that I've bought, or a single tube case. This I did a review. This actually came off of Temu. Now this was under £3. It's stainless steel. The only thing is it doesn't take the bigger gauge cigars, so you're limited on what I can put in this. But for £3, the build quality, the seal on it, if you just listen to that, is brilliant. But I haven't actually used this yet, but it is a case. The reason being is I usually smoke bigger gauge cigars, so a Robusto will not go in this, but it would be okay if you had a thinner gauge cigar. I was a bit disappointed I couldn't get bigger cigars than that, because I probably would have used that. But again, that's the sort of the next cheapest option. Now, if you're going to go out and you want to take a couple of cigars with you, you've got one of these. Now these are basically a cigar case. So that there, you keep your cigars in there, and you put the top on, and they're protected. And put it in your pocket, you haven't got to worry about breaking them. Really good idea, and this is probably the one I use the most. Not because of the brand of it, it's because it's just very convenient, and literally it can go in my inside pocket, goes in my coat pocket. I've even put it in my jeans pocket before, and it doesn't feel that uncomfortable, so it's ideal. So I would use this if I was going to an event or a friend. I was literally taking cigars for me. If I wanted to go out for a drive, going somewhere, just throw it in the glove box and away you go. So that's the case I've used the most out of all of these. And then you've got this case here. Now I have used this a few times. Now this one is an aluminium one. I purchased this on Amazon. So the links for both of the cases I've purchased, those will be on the description, so feel free to have a look at those, and that will show you where they get them. I think there's some discount codes on there as well, so it's worth a look. Now this is held up really well. I've only used this 3 or 4 times. Once, both times all the times I've used this actually is where I've gone away for a few days and I've thrown it in a suitcase or my backpack, or it's been thrown in a cupboard in the camper van, and it's not been dented or squashed, or it's quite robust. So it's got a single latch. Inside we've got some foam there, and this is cedar lined, and the seal on it isn't too bad. It's got a reasonably good seal. It's not airtight, but for the price, I believe this was like £20, something like that. I'd have to double check that, but for that money it's very good for keeping your cigars safe, and I can get about 8 or 10 cigars in there depending on what I'm bringing. Again, I smoke bigger gauge cigars. When I use this, I will put some foam in there, or a piece of bubble wrap or something like that, along with my hydration pack, and my cigars will be nice and safe. So that's worth buying. I did actually have a look at some of the leather ones, and this was less than half the price, so I purchased this instead of the leather one. because unless you spend a lot on those leather ones, like around the £100 mark, I don't think the seal is that great on them. So really with this, if I was going to go away for a week, wanted to take cigars, I could actually put a Ziploc bag in there along with the pack, and it would keep it hydrated properly. So that was the main reason for buying this one over the leather one, because again, I don't think I'd use the leather one that much. But it's all down to what you're going to use and how you're going to use it and what you want from your accessories, really, I think. So that's how I do it, and you guys may think, you know, that's not the correct way or way of thinking about things, but drop me a message. I'd like to know your opinions, or what do you use? You know, can you suggest any products that would be better for me? I always like buying products for myself, and yeah, it would be great to know what you guys think. So if you do like the channel, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up and put a review down for me. I'd appreciate any support at all. So hopefully we'll see you next time.